Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is your 30-minute Vinyasa flow. I'm so excited that you're here, that you made this amazing choice to give yourself this time, this space to be with the breath and move intentionally. No props are required for this practice. However, feel free to grab a couple of blocks to bring the earth up to meet your hands or anywhere else throughout your practice. Just give yourself a little bit more room to breathe. A little bit about today's sequence. We will be getting into the hips and opening up through the front of the body with shapes like our humble warrior and dancer. If those don't feel like a vibe for you today, no biggie. This is your practice. This is your time. You make all of the decisions about what happens on the four corners of your mat. So feel free to take anything I say as merely a suggestion. If you like to use a strap or anything to just bring the foot closer to the hand in your dancer shape, feel free to grab that now. Place it near the top of your space. And we'll get started in a prone position. So coming down to the belly. Maybe stacking the hands to rest the forehead in your crocodile shape. No rush to arrive here. Take your time. And when you do make your way to your crocodile shape, or maybe you'd like to rest on one cheek or the other with the arms long, maybe elbows bent, begin to notice the breath without changing. Settle into this really sacred inquiry to start our time. Maybe there's gripping or holding in the body. It's okay. Notice where the breath moves and how the body is breathed. And also welcome to bend into the knees. Just take a little bit of pressure out of the joints if that feels good. And deepen the breath. Becoming aware of the very edge of your exhale. And the very top of your inhale. Noticing the rise and fall. Inviting your inhales and exhales to match. Creating a nice even cycle of breath to steady the mind here and throughout our practice. This is your North Star, your compass. Leveraging our connection to the breath, its depth, its quality, its sound, its texture, to make informed decisions about how we want to move today. Maybe even as we travel up and off our mat into the rest of our day. We'll take a deep breath in and out together here. Finding that very edge of your exhale. Deep breath in through the nose. Fill the body, bloom the torso with breath. And exhale to sigh it out, send it out. On your next inhale, you can release the toes back down if you had the knees bent, and begin to slide the elbow creases underneath the shoulders, lifting the torso. Maybe not moving right into our full Sphinx shape right away, just finding a little bit of length here, pressing into the palms, rooting down through the tops of the feet, pressing into the fingerprints like we want to draw the heart forward. Pelvis rooted, abdominal muscles start to engage, and this is a wonderful place to pause and explore. Or if you'd like, on an inhale, roll the shoulders back, opening through the heart, finding a bend in the thoracic spine. Maybe gazing forward or down. Maintaining length in the back of the neck, making sure we're not crunching this area, the cervical spine. One more deep breath in here. And exhale, release. We'll tuck the toes. On an inhale, lift to your forearm plank, knees up or down. So we can have our knees on the earth with our long spine, core engaged, or our knees lifted. Finding a moment of stillness here. Doming through the back body as we draw the heart forward. Noticing if we feel like our hips are starting to travel up towards the sky, and gently guiding them in line with the rest of the body. So long line from crown to tail and tail to heel. Noticing where the mind goes in these types of shapes. One more inhale here. And exhale, shift forward onto the tippy toes, lower the knees and find your puppy pose. Sending the hips over the knees, melting the heart towards the earth, maybe bringing a block under the forehead or the chest. Option to stay active in the hands or melt the forearms to the earth. Maybe even bend into the elbows. Bring the thumbs, hands together to the base of the skull. Breathe into the lungs. Expand the chest. Elongate through the abdomen as we melt the armor of the heart space. You can reach the hands forward if you have the hands behind the head. Take a deep breath in, press into the palms. And on your exhale, cat pose. Drag the palms, wrists underneath the shoulders, chin to chest, round the spine. And inhale for cow. Send the hips towards the heels. Elbow creases look away from the body. Exhale to ripple forward, cat pose. Shoulders over the wrist, chin to chest. Inhale for cow, hips to heels. Exhale for cat. Ripple forward like a wave. Option to veer off the railroad tracks. Make this shape your own. Draw circles with the tail. Maybe dip one shoulder and then the other. Find another round, another cycle of breath. And we'll tuck the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hover the knees off the earth any amount. Long line from crown to tail. Deep breath in. Exhale, tail to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out the feet. Maybe even take the palms a little bit wide. Turn the fingertips slightly out and wrap the upper arm bones out with a nice generous bend in the knees, pressing into the heel of each hand. Melt the belly towards the tops of the thighs. And from here, imagine the inner thighs spiraling towards the sky as we get heavy in the heels. Slow, steady breaths, rooted through all contact with the surface supporting you, noticing the points of contact your body makes with your yoga mat or whatever surface you're practicing on today, and come home to the breath. And we'll root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend into the right knee and draw a circle one way, moving with your breath. And then the other. And we'll meet in our three-legged dog. Right toes turn down, heel to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to chest, shift forward and step your right foot towards your right thumb, left knee grounds. Inhale to rise, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Press the palms together up overhead. Lift the heart, squeeze the inner thighs to an invisible midline. Get heavy in your right heel to keep front knee over front ankle. On an exhale, right hand to the top of your right thigh, side body bend to the right. Option to bend into the left elbow, cradle the head, maybe gaze up. Deep breath in. Exhale brings you back through center. Inhale to reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, thumbs through heart center. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms and press the palms away. Bring the chin towards the chest. Pause for a cycle of breath here. And inhale to your high lunge, biceps overhead. Exhale to cactus the elbows. Lift the heart. And swim the palms forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, half splits. Airplane arms, pinkies by the hips. As if crown and fingertips move in opposite directions. Tiny bend in the right knee. Dig the right heel into the earth. Deep breath in. Exhale, left palm roots. Right hand reaches. Find a twist. Inhale, left elbow crease looks away from the body. Exhale to wind the right hand down, rebend the right knee, tuck the left toes and lift the knee, runner's lunge, and step the left foot forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, top of your space. With a round spine, generous bend in the knees, root to rise, draw the energy up from the bottoms of the feet, high mountain, inhale to reach. Exhale to fold, let it go. Inhale for Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, slide the palms to the shins or the tops of the thighs, nice long spine. Exhale to release. Bend the knees to hinge at your hips. And we'll step the feet back to plank, knees up or down. Find an inhale and lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Slither through Bhujangasana, Cobra. Stay nice and low here. Root down through the low body. As you extend through the crown, lift from the base of the skull. On exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, press through your tabletop shape and send your hips up high. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We'll root down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Draw a circle one way. Moving with your breath, reverse your circle. And three-legged dog, left heel to the sky, toes down. Exhale, left knee to chest, ripple forward like a wave. Step your left foot towards your left thumb, Anjaneyasana, right knee grounds. Inhale to rise. Press into the left heel. Stack the bones. Use your exhale to settle in. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand to the top of the left thigh, tilt to the left side, body stretch. Option to bend into the right elbow. Take your right hand to cradle the head. Deep breath in, pour the breath down the right side body. Inhale brings you back through center. Press the palms together up overhead. Exhale, thumbs through the heart space. Interlace the hands, flip the palms, press them away, chin to chest. On your inhale, rise, biceps by the ears. Exhale to cactus, the elbows lift the heart. Inhale to swim the palms forward. Exhale to airplane the arms, half splits. Pull the left hip back. Explore a bend in the left knee. Flex the foot, spread the toes. Charge the left sit bone towards the back of your space. Inhale here. Exhale, right palm roots. And inhale, peel the heart open, left hand to the sky. Exhale, release. Rebend the left knee. Lift the right. Plant the palms and step the left toes back for plank. Option to lower belly to cobra or pause halfway for limb staff, chaturanga dandasana. Honor the length of your exhale. Roll into the tops of the feet, upward dog. Mindful not to dump into the low back or crank the back of the neck. Use your exhale to make your way to your downward facing dog. Your breath, your movement. And from your downward dog, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And we'll root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg high, hips stay square this time. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Maybe it gives it a little tap. Contract the right obliques. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, lizard lunge, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Stay lifted here. Always an option to reach for your block. Give your hips space. Honor your breath. Deep breath in. Long breath out. When you're ready, left palm roots, right hand reaches. Inhale. Exhale to wind the right hand back, to come forward, press into the feet to rise through your high lunge. Keep your nice wide base here. Deep breath in. Exhale to ground the left heel. Maybe bump it up a bit. For me, I like to have a little bit of a shorter stance in my warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Again, front knee over front ankle. Press into the heel to find that alignment and send the energy out back the outside of your left foot. Nice even distribution of weight here to find your center. Hands reach up overhead, press the palms together, inhale. Exhale to cactus through the elbows, lift the heart. And interlace the hands at the tail. Reach for opposite forearms or wrists, or you can always airplane the arms. And inhale to lift the heart. If you have the bind, press the fist down and maybe away, slightly open through the throat. Exhale to hinge forward to the inside of your right knee, your right thigh. Keep your right hip trending back to meet the left. Press into the feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale to hinge. Dynamic, humble warrior. One more. Inhale to rise. Exhale to hinge. Pause for a deep breath in here. Maybe crown reaches towards the earth, hands towards the sky. And a long breath out. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale to launch. Airplane the arms. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Right knee bends, maybe to just lower our center of gravity. Left toes turn down. Kick into an imaginary wall. Deep breath in. Exhale, left foot meets the right. Utkatasana, chair pose. Biceps by the ears. Feet hips width or flush together, whatever feels more supportive. Weight is in the heels. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Left knee lifts any amount. And this is a wonderful place to pause, to explore, feel into the bottom of the right foot. Or if you'd like, begin to turn the left knee to look at the earth. Wind the left hand forward, up and back. Catch the inside of your left foot with a strap or your hand. Reach your right fingertips forward and kick into the left foot. Kick into the left hand with the left foot. Keep your left shoulder rotating outward, almost like you're blooming upwards. Find a tiny speck, unmoving, to retract from the job of looking, and find your dancer shape. Stability from center here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, slow and steady. Release, maybe finding that bend again in the right knee. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, high mountain. Maybe hips forward, long puppy belly. Exhale, melt it down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, your version, long spine. Exhale to fold, let it go. Step, hop, or dance back to your plank shape. Find your flow. And take it back to downward facing dog. Your breath, your movement, pedal it out. Notice the difference between the two sides. Maybe it's profound, maybe not so much. Or somewhere in between. Come home to your breath. And we'll root down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg high, hips stay square. Exhale, left knee, left elbow or tricep. Maybe it gives it a little tap. Contract the left obliques. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, lizard lunge, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take a moment to notice if this side is unique in some way. Imagine right heel and left knee moving in opposite directions, pressing into both feet evenly. Deep breath in. Long breath out. We'll root down through the right hand. Inhale for a twist, left hand high. Exhale to wind the left hand down, almost like you want to squeeze the feet to meet in the middle. Find lift, pressing into the feet to lift the torso. Find your high lunge. Maybe bump the right foot up. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Right heel grounds. Super mindful of our knees and shapes like this. Doesn't feel super great to have your right heel grounded. You're always welcome to keep it lifted. For neutral pelvis, find your high lunge. Come home to your breath. And your strong, beautiful Warrior 1. Press the palms together. Inhale to reach, maybe gaze up. Exhale to cactus, lift the heart. And interlace the hands or reach for the forearms or wrists, airplane the arms. You do opt for the bind. Opposite thumb on top. So whichever one feels, a little bit funky, it's probably going to be the way you want to go. Surfing on my mat over here. Don't mind me. Press the palms down if you do have the bind. And inhale to lift the heart. Press firmly into that outside edge of your right foot. Exhale to hinge. Right hip pulls back as your heart and head shift forward. Press into the feet to lift. Inhale to rise. Exhale to hinge. Almost like you're rippling like a wave. One more inhale to lift. And exhale, humble warrior. Maybe crown melts towards the earth. Integrity in your base. Prioritize your breath. On your next inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to launch. Break free of your bind. Airplane the arms. Warrior 3. Right toes lift off any amount. Long spine. Glutes turned on. Right toes turned down. Energy in the bottom of your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. Right foot meets the left. Get nice and long in the tail. Inhale to lift the heart. Maybe gaze up. Exhale to settle in. Inhale to rise. One-legged mountain. One-legged Tadasana. Right knee lifts any amount. And maybe we pause here, finding stability in this strong, sturdy shape. If you'd like, begin to turn the right knee towards the earth. Wind the right hand forward, up and back to catch the inside of your right foot. Maybe we begin to kick into that foot to find a lift. Finding a little bit of ease here, as much as we can. Using that resistance of the hand into the foot to stay lifted. One more deep breath in. And exhale, mindfully release. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, fold and release. Let it go. Uttanasana. Take the feet a little bit wide. Maybe reach for opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Shake out the head. Generous bend in the knees. Begin to steady and slow the breath. We'll inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, toes out, heels in. Sink the hips between the heels to the earth, towards the earth, or to a block for Malasana. Taking a moment to maybe find some movement here, lifting one heel and then the other. Embracing a little bit of stillness. Actively pressing the knees out. Keep the hips open, or we elongate the tail towards the earth. Lift the heart. Maybe hands at the heart as well. Find a deep breath in. Sweep the breath all the way from the tail to the crown of the head. And exhale, side out the mouth. Let it go. We'll plant the palms behind the body to negotiate our landing. Kick the legs out long. Maybe find a nice generous bend in the knees. Take the heels out a little bit wide. Feet gently flexed. And inhale to reach biceps by the ears. Exhale, heart forward, navel in, tail long. Hinge from the hips until the hands begin to meet the blocks of the earth, framing the feet, making this a little bit more passive. Maybe bringing a blanket or a block underneath the hips if that feels supportive. And taking 3 steady breaths, maybe letting the crown, the head hang heavy in your forward fold. Softening the face. Noticing the space between the whole top row and the whole bottom row of teeth. Allowing the tongue to unstick from the roof of the mouth. Begin to walk the palms in, coming back to an upright position. And we'll make our way down to the back body, maybe pointing the toes, reaching the hands forward, and rolling the spine down bone by bone. Using the breath to release with control and inhaling to reach long when we arrive. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And allow both feet to meet the earth. Cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Maybe stay rooted. Or opt for the bind, reaching for the back of the left thigh. Maybe leveraging right elbow to gently press the right knee away. As you invite the left a little closer. Steady the breath. As you're ready, left foot meets the earth. Uncross, right foot meets the earth. And cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh. Maybe this side calls for something a little bit different. That's okay. Maybe we opt for a bind or stay rooted. Take what you need from this shape as we move closer to rest. And allow the right foot to meet the earth. Uncross. Maybe find a little windshield wiper of the knees side to side. Or hug the knees in towards the chest one more time. Give the low back a little bit of relief. And make your way into a rest shape. Maybe that's a more traditional Savasana, kicking the legs out long and wide. Hands rest naturally either side. You can take something underneath the knees to support the low back. Maybe an eye covering or a blanket over the abdomen for a little bit of nervous system regulation here. Embracing a stillness, not born from a collapse, but of a trust that the surface beneath will come up to support without judgment. And you are held here, resting and digesting the nutrients of your practice in your Savasana shape. Softening the face, maybe the lips part. We bring the tongue back down to the bottom of the mouth and notice the space between the teeth. And the next time you hear my voice, I will be guiding you out of your Savasana shape. You are welcome to stay resting in your Shavasana shape for as long as you'd like, but I do want to respect your time and let you know the end of our half hour is approaching. So if that's your cue to begin bringing the body back to wakefulness with care, I invite you to deepen the breath. Wiggle fingers and toes, roll the wrists and ankles. On an inhale, stretch out long. And on an exhale, curl in tight. Give yourself a squeeze. And allow the body to rest on one side. And mindfully make your way to a comfortable seat. The gaze soft or the eyes still closed down, where we can take a cycle of breath together to celebrate this time spent in community doing yoga and honor the decision you made to fill your cup with the practice of breath and movement and bring a little bit more presence to your world and in turn the world of those around you. Wherever you are, however you are, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top, embrace this fullness. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Send a little bit of your warmth out into the world. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice, not only with me, but with each other. It's such a joy to be here to share this space with you all and be your guide. Be well and namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I'll see you again next time.